Welcome to our session on the art of listening, where the focus is on tuning in without cutting in.
Absolutely. There's so much nuance in what it really means to listen.
Right, listening is more than just hearing words. It's about receiving information and processing it. It's like opening a door to understanding what someone really means.
Exactly. And it starts with the simple act of not interrupting.
Yep. And when we talk about interrupting, we're not just referring to the obvious act of speaking out of turn, but even subtle gestures that shut down someone's flow.
Yeah.
It's the little things that can really disrupt true communication.
So why do you think listening is so crucial?
It's fundamental, really, because by listening, we open ourselves to learning new ideas, protecting ourselves with key information, and even understanding others' feelings. It's like having a secret superpower for better relationships and safer decisions.
That's a neat way of putting it. But what about interrupting? What's the deal there? I mean, sometimes we do it because, well, we're excited.
True, we might interrupt because we're bursting with ideas, or sometimes just because time is short.
Right.
But the content really points out that interrupting too often can make the other person feel unvalued, like you're saying your thoughts matter more.
Exactly. And it can cause you to miss out on something really insightful.
Yeah, that's the crux. When you interrupt, you not only shut down the speaker's chance to finish their thought, but you also risk missing critical details. Like, think about it. You could lose out on life-changing information. It's a real communication pitfall.
So what are some strategies to steer clear of this trap?
Good question. One key strategy is to just pause, hold back even when you're itching to jump in.
Yeah.
It means being mindful, maybe even practicing silence.
And to add to that, simply checking if the speaker has truly finished their point before responding is crucial, right?
Absolutely. And also, if you do slip and interrupt, apologizing and inviting them to continue your conversation, it's all about respect.
Right.
Think of it like giving the stage back to someone who's halfway through their performance.
I like that analogy. But let me challenge something here. Don't you think sometimes a little interruption can actually drive a conversation forward?
That's a fair point. There are instances like an emergency, or if you're clarifying an urgent misunderstanding, where a gentle interjection might be needed, but the guidance emphasizes that those should be exceptions rather than the rule.
Yeah, I see what you mean. It's more about making listening a habit and keeping interruptions minimal during everyday exchanges.
Exactly, it's like training a muscle. Initially, you have to consciously practice not interrupting until it becomes natural. The
Yeah.
step-by-step approach outlined really drives that point home.
And speaking of steps, the content breaks it down into some solid building blocks, doesn't it?
It does. The building blocks include knowing what it means to listen, understanding what interrupting is, and exploring ways to avoid it. It's a very foundational perspective.
And I noticed there are also reflection questions to keep us on track. What did you make of those?
Oh, they're brilliant. Questions like what is listening and what's wrong with interrupting really push us to reflect deeper on our behavior. It's like giving us a
Yeah,
mirror
absolutely.
to check our own habits.
That makes sense. And I guess by reflecting on these, we can consciously improve over time.
Exactly. It's meant to be a continuous effort. One suggestion was even to get feedback after conversations about whether you interrupted. It's a practical way to hold ourselves accountable.
I really like that, especially in a learning environment where everyone is working on the same skills.
Right. And for teaching this, the plan includes having learners engage in activities, like one person speaking for up to 3 minutes while the other listens without interrupting. It's a hands-on method to make the lesson stick.
It does seem effective. But I'm curious, do you think regular reminders, like visual cues or targets, really help embed this habit?
Definitely. Constant reinforcement is key. Visual reminders in the learning space serve as little nudges to think, am I listening or about to interject? Over time, it becomes second nature.
Absolutely. And that regular reflection can lead to a very respectful dialogue, both inside and outside the classroom.
Yep, and it not only improves communication, but also builds empathy. When you truly listen, you see things from another's perspective. Sometimes you even learn something unexpected.
Right.
It's like finding hidden gems in everyday talks.
That's such a great point. And on the flip side, interrupting risks losing out on those gems.
Exactly. And it reinforces the importance of pausing, thinking, and showing genuine care in a conversation. It's a fundamental social skill that benefits everyone.
So, to wrap it up, the main takeaway is that listening without interrupting lays the groundwork for meaningful interaction, preserving respect and fostering understanding, right?
Spot on. It's all about embracing thoughtful conversation, managing our impulses, and making every
Yeah, really.
dialogue count. It's a habit that serves us well through every conversation.
And honestly, sometimes the silence speaks volumes.
Absolutely. Like those pauses are, it's like silent nods of respect to the speaker. They give space for ideas to flourish.
Well said. This approach sure makes you think twice about every time you might feel tempted to jump in prematurely.
Exactly. Here's to more mindful conversations where listening takes the spotlight and we all come out richer
Yep,
for
cheers
it.
to that.